We're back.
Hey!
Episode 4. Who would have thought?
Not me. I was waiting for these to say that.
Not me.
See, before we start, can me and Pete make a bet? We were arguing about it a bit on Twitter.
Oh, have you been waiting? Yes. Because you're straight off the bat here with us?
Richarlison, 20 goals this season.
Right, okay.
In all competitions. And what would the stakes be?
Right, okay, let's think. Sean, any idea of stakes?
But what stake could be?
For context here, Richarlison is a shite footballer that Kieran's team has signed
for 60 million pounds.
If he's 60 million, I'm worth 250 quid. Like, if that's what the price tags that people are now.
I was going to say the loser has to drink for a carry, like they'll to make the Cactus Jack and Coke.
Right, okay, yeah. Like down a glass of it.
Down a big glass of it, yeah. No ice.
All right, and if I. No, man, I was going to say if I win, if Richarlison scores 20 goals,
I've got a good one. Whoever wins, I get to choose something you say on stage.
Yeah, sure.
Like,
okay, yeah. We'll order that then, yeah. Deal.
So what is it, 20 goals in a full season?
20 goals in a full
by
season.
June next year,
yeah,
I will be probably going on stage going like, ever see Jews? What's the crack with them?
You get like a 30-second thing for you to say on stage.
And no backouts.
No backouts.
Right, done. Signed, sealed, delivered on camera. This is it.
Richarlison turns into like prime fucking Pele now this season.
He'll be finding goals down the back of the sofa.
That's it.
So just to be clear, 20 goals or above.
Yeah, or above.
20 goals
so like not just if he lands on 20 goals then scores 21, I have to get up on stage and be like, fuck all Huns.
Yeah. So your normal set then.
Yeah.
What's crack, lads? What have you been up to the last week? We've actually, I know we all had stellar weeks, stand-up wise, yeah?
Yeah, I had a busy week as well. I went on Wednesday. I was down in Dublin for Red Hot Chili Peppers. My mate was home from New Zealand and we went, and it was in that Marley Park. Have you ever been?
It's a huge,
it's massive.
one, yeah.
Guys, it's mental, like not even good mental.
No.
See, on the way out, we got lost, and like there's no taxis, no buses. We just like had to walk around, right? And we walked for an hour. And I ended up back at where we started.
Fuck.
It was literally a fucking nightmare. Like,
is it in the centre of Dublin?
No,
it's miles out, isn't it?
It was like a 15-minute drive.
Yeah,
from
for
our.
Fuck's sake.
Because we were staying in Temple Bar. It was a 50-minute drive from there on the bus. The Marley
Holy
Park.
shit!
And so we looked up like the walk. If we had to walk home, it was like just over 2 hours. So like, what are we going to do here? And then like the bus there was like €3, right? Mm-hmm. Just like a normal like public bus. But then on the way back, there was guys like on the buses like wearing high vis jackets and we're like, "Aye, boys, it's €10." And he had like the biggest wad of like cash ever. And I was like, "You guys are at it,
yeah,
like, they're definitely at it." Like, because I was all, "Oh, let's just go to Temple Bar." And he's all, "I don't know, that's the driver." Did you like nothing to do with the bus, like?
Did you fork it out like?
Yeah, my mate. I didn't even have any change, but my mate luckily had like €20 on him. So we were both able to get on.
You're going up the way like you take contactless, like just
yeah. This boy did not take contactless. Like he took Red Diesel probably, like. But no, it was good crack. And then Thursday I had the first ever double. Done East Laughs and Pug Uglies, which went well. And then Friday done the Macmillan Cancer gig in Stormont Hotel.
I suppose Pugs is best of them all, but
yeah, Pugs was brilliant. I really, really enjoyed it. Like, yeah, it was class.
It was out the back, wasn't it? The big marquee.
Yes, because I didn't realise. I actually went to Pugs, and he was all, no, it's in Boneyard.
How many does it hold?
I sort of roughly counted. I don't know, maybe about 80 or so.
That's fucking.
Well, no, actually, it's hard to tell. It's all like picnic benches, and you're in the tent. But then at the back of it, there's even more people. Do you know what I mean?
Can you hear people laughing at you? Because that's what I noticed yesterday. I couldn't hear the people laughing. You have to look at them actually smiling.
It's strange. Like you can hear people having conversations.
Yeah.
You can hear everything. You can hear
shit.
like people at the back laughing, people at the front laughing, people like clinking glasses. I don't know. I just felt like I could hear everything.
But still good, yeah.
Yeah, brilliant, fantastic. Really enjoyed it. Like,
I like your wee selfie series you've going on at the minute.
Yeah, who's next?
With all these celebs you're meeting.
So
first was Paddy McDonald.
I was sitting there with Sean and I was all, "Man, I'm sorry to be a nerd, but can I get a photo of you?" And like Ciaran Bartlett was sitting in front of me and I was all like, I'd done the same to Ciaran the first time I gigged with him. Like, I'm just like, no shame. I'm just getting a selfie with people. I don't care.
What if the next person you asked were like, fuck off?
Yeah, I would respect them.
Yeah.
Because
get out of my face.
Yeah. I'm getting ready to perform here, Peter. You just leave me alone.
I know. If someone asked me for self and I was ready to go on, I'd probably shit myself. Like.
Did Ishan headline?
No, Ciaran did.
Oh, nice.
Ciaran did. Ishan done a good like 20. Like, it was brilliant. Like,
was he just over here on tour or like
no, just over to do Pugs.
Over to do Pugs.
Yeah.
He was watching Shane Todd yesterday and was out for a session with Violin Mick yesterday. Soon.
Was he
in 5 points? Yeah.
Lethal. Here, how lit do the MC and Todd shows look?
Yeah,
you see the photos
everyone looks mental.
Like they actually look bananas. 1,000 seats, 8 nights in a row or something like that.
See if you're ever
crackers,
looking like someone to Support you, Shane, bro.
Slime ball. I'm going to see him in October.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because he's doing some in Opera House.
He's starting in the Opera House.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to going to see it.
That'd be mad. I've only heard good reports about it, and even the guys who've done support for it, everyone's been like, "Fuck." Like the typical thing where people go to like, I'm going to see Shane Todd. Who did support? Tall guy,
some
suit,
fella
one-liners. I'm like Johnny Bow, and they're like, yeah. He goes, what do you think? He goes, class, and he goes, yeah. Well.
It's like all the same.
Yeah,
that's the thing. I'm almost like put off going to see Shane this year because I want to go see him in October and it'd be fresh and not see any bits. Do you know what I mean? I'm looking forward to it though.
Yeah, me myself, I got up to have my first third headliner gig in Chicken Box, MC by this chump.
This chump.
This guy.
Hey there.
Chump bar.
Yeah, chump bar, yeah, this guy, he made it, it was rough.
Hang on a second. Do you know what he had the audacity to do during his set? He goes, people under 6 foot, like Sean McLevy. I'm like, boy, I'm at least half a foot tall.
Also, when I was coming off, I went to like knuckle touch Sean, but then I didn't know, the knuckle touch kind of turned into a hug, which turned into like a rugby tackle.
I was halfway up
as
the
well.
stage, and looking back, you want to have this nice moment where like, you know, the bros are like, yeah, good luck, bro, but I was like gone, ready to sit down and enjoy the show, and you're like, and I just went in for a hug then.
I had a lovely heckler because he couldn't get any words out. He was just like, and
was he blocked?
Like, yeah, but he was like speaking so slowly, I was able to kind of cut him off at the end.
Yeah.
And he was like, but what's a TikTok? And I was like, fuck up, you old bastard.
He's one of them ones like, there's like an audience sitting in front of you, and then just to like the very left hand side of the stage where the bar ends, just pull up the highest chair in the bar, sat it there, sitting about 3 feet away from you, just like staring at you like, oh my god.
The fella was there?
Yeah.
He done the usual.
It, like,
well, why doesn't you just tell a joke if it's a comedy show routine?
Did
and
he
I was
say
like,
that?
oh my god, go away. And then he came, but he got up halfway through my set, and I was kind of like, no, actually, you stay. I'm having good fun with you, like.
Yeah.
But at the end, he came up to me as well and was like, I'm a mechanical engineer, and I was like, right, cheers. See that information? That's I'm buzzing with that. Like, thank you very much. And then he was like, you could have elaborated more. And all right, well, so listen, just leave it to me next time, pal. I'm pretty good at this.
Dickhead audience members, I forgot to mention you there on the East Laughs, right? There wasn't like...
Was there a microphone question?
There was a microphone this time, and Paddy McGahey emceed it.
I love it.
You know, Paddy, absolute gentleman. Like.
Yeah.
So he's doing the stuff and all, like doing the bit, and there's one fella at the front, I'd say, like, the average age in this place was about 60, by the way.
Class.
Like, old crowd, like, all... Because I had, like, a new bit, which is, like, relatively sort of dirty and risque, and I was like, I'm not doing this here because this is just going to die on its ass.
Was the wee reverend there? Lovely
no,
fella.
he wasn't. He wasn't actually
They put
there.
him away for summer.
They put him away. But there was just a fella at the front sitting on his own. He's about 60. And Paddy was blah, 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 doing a wee joke, like as you do. And the guy, Paddy was all, is anyone here last week? And this guy was all, yeah, I was here. And he was all, did you enjoy it? And he was all, no, it was crap.
Jesus Christ.
And Paddy was all, right, okay. And he's all, what did you not like about it? And he was all, no, I'm only joking, it was good. And he was all,
legend.
I'm only trying to help you out and have a bit of crack. And then Paddy said some line. He was all, you told that joke last week? It's like,
Oh
mate,
my god.
Oh, fuck
shut
off.
up. Like,
Yeah.
Walk away.
like, just like he looked like the most depressed man ever. It's like, why did you come out to stand up comedy if you're going to be a sour cunt like that?
I was shitting myself because I was doing, as Ciaran alluded to, MC for the first time. Thank you very much, Nicky.
Hey.
Very good job, by the way.
And well, thank you. It was really funny because like at the halfway interval, people come up, you're like, you're doing a class job, you're great. And goes, it's literally half time. This second half could go nightmare here. Like, let's not say anything just
It's
yet.
a game of two halves, boy.
No,
Still the
literally
first
was.
leg.
It actually, that's what it felt like. I got a cheeky wee 1-0 away from home. I was like, well, let's get back home here and see what
Still have
happens.
to go to Galatasaray.
Yeah, something mad. But
Barca
there's-
3-0 up in Anfield. It all goes pear-shaped.
Exactly. That's all I can think of. Is it goes, this is just going to fall flat on its arse. But because Chicken Box the way it is, it's not the biggest audience in the world. So there's like 2 people that were like punters in the front row. I was like, you're kind of the only people I can really talk to here. And like, I don't know why, but Julia, you do that thing. You're like, what do you do for a job? And I'm like, most people probably have some sort of like setup there.
Aye.
And Julia, we always say like you like practice your set before you go and you like work out something in the house. So I was like going around the house before I went, being like, so what do you do for a job? And they were like, oh, you're a butcher. And then be like, I don't know what to say to that. I was like,
What about chicken fillets?
I was like, I don't know what to say to that. And then I was like, what could they be? What could they be? So lucky enough, there were students, and they were like,
Any students in the night?
yeah. I didn't even have to ask. I was like, what are you doing? They're like, we're students. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. Like, what was it do again? Oh, yeah, travel and tourism.
And there were a
or something
couple.
like that.
That's easy, just slag them.
Yeah, and then there were a couple like, so I was like, nice. But apart from that, yeah, went pretty well, I think.
You enjoyed it, did you?
Yeah,
Did you actually enjoy doing it?
Do you know what I actually found about the whole experience? I was like a lot more engaged in the whole show. Like,
Yes.
I'm a cunt for like watching people, like when I'm on my set, say I'm doing 10, 15 minutes, whatever it is, like you're so focused on your own set, you don't know where what's going on around you.
Zone out a wee bit.
I can't remember any jokes anyone's told throughout the night because I'm just so ingrained in what I'm trying to do. But there I was just sitting there and in between sets, like writing down a few jokes I could do. Write a few jokes in between, sort of link people up and all. I had a killer bit that was like, do that thing on TikTok that was like, oh, there are three, but they like, you know, fucking run up the stairs or something like that.
Yes,
there. They got that there.
They run up the stairs on all fours.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Like that sort of stuff. And then I didn't have his plan, but then it's just like, and then this next act, he's a 10 and he's funny as fuck. Please welcome Donny Kingston. I was like, that was so smooth.
Yeah.
That was tight.
Do you know what? I was actually talking to Chloe last night, our friend.
Happy birthday, Chloe, by the way. Welcome back. What is you, 31?
And she was actually saying, do you know, it'd be a good thing to do in the podcast? Have you seen that TikTok trend? We go, oh, he's a 7, but he drives an Audi. And I was all, no joke, Sean literally done that on stage last night. Just all you should do it. I was all, Sean's already put out as a clip.
I didn't plan that. I was sitting there and like when I was writing my notes, I was like, this could be a wee bit of crack here. Yeah, let's just go and do this. But because I did it the first time and did it with just the punters and it worked out really well. But then I went around the actual comedians in the room and like didn't hit anywhere near as good. Yeah. And these are the people like, you're meant to be funny. And then I think
we're all sitting there shitting ourselves.
Yeah. You're
all for everyone.
You're all like, please don't talk to me. I've done enough talking. So
see, on the way up as well, like you were so like calm on the way up, and I was meanwhile like the notes out, being like, right, what the fuck am I going to say here? And then you were just chatting away and stuff. I was like, I'm worried if I'm coming across as rude here, because we had another comedian on the way up in the car, and it was her second gig. So Sean was like chatting away, and in the back, I was sitting there like stern faced, like holding back a panic attack.
I drove up,
and drove home that night.
Yeah.
Fuck, long shift was it?
Definitely wasn't me driving up anyway.
I know, true.
Mr. Failed his theory test. We're coming up to 9.
Number 9.
We're going to get it in the 9th try, or else
I love that you said we're coming up to number 9 as if like I'll fail at 9. I feel like you have
no. We're going to get, if you don't get it at 9, like, you know, you buy
9 lives like a wee cat, like
you buy an electric scooter if you don't get it at 9. Like.
I'm not gonna lie, they should just get to stage where like, look, I think it's best for everyone you just never drive. Like you shouldn't be allowed to do it more than 3 times.
You should go for your pilot's license.
Get a unicycle.
I would look good wheeling about this estate in a unicycle. The UVF man looking at me like, fuck, should we shoot him now or later?
Yeah, paint the wheel.
Yeah. What, red, white and blue? In a wee sash, no?
What would be your mode of transport if you couldn't get a car? Well, you drive and I drive.
My daddy.
Daddy.
Can you drive me to Mullingar?
I like that. Being cycling together. A skateboard?
Skateboard, yeah. Well, I do dress like a bit of a fucking 14-year-old skateboarder.
Right. You don't look like a character I'd make on Tony Hawk's Skate 3 or something.
I mean, look at my crep check. We're working Crocs today.
When you haven't got enough coins to unlock the better shirts, you just have to settle for that.
Hey, boy, this is a nice shirt. It looks like I'm going bowling, but it's a nice shirt.
I look like a curtain from a fucking Premier Inn.
Look like the creep you don't want to chat to you at the Premier Inn bar when you're there overnight. You're like, why is he in the Premier Inn by himself on a Tuesday night? Can I get you a wee half pint of Smithwick's, please?
A wee half pint of Smithwick's.
But upcoming gigs as well.
Upcoming gigs?
Because you got a big one tonight, actually.
Oh, yeah.
Have you forgot about what's on tonight?
I'm doing Filthies in it.
Ooh, spicy.
So I don't know whether to go home after recording this or just stay up in Belfast. I don't know what to do.
I think you should just go on the lash.
Do you just want to just chill in my house and like make yourself a curry or like?
Might do.
Yeah.
But no, it's the first night of Filthies. I don't know if they're going to do it upstairs or downstairs or what the crack is.
Downstairs would be pretty hectic because we'd be coming in and out.
Upstairs is massive. I'm thinking there, so
there used to be another one run in the wee bar beside it called Liquor, and apparently it was a tiny room, but it was lethal.
Oh, they're probably doing there, yeah, XXX.
Yeah.
Could be in there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a wee it's almost like a wee it's not a cocktail bar. What do you call it? What it?
It looks like a late bar from outside.
It's like a late bar. It almost looks like Red Light District sort of spec.
Yeah, it looks like Amsterdam.
If you walked in, like I'm here for the comedy, old man, like fucking whips and shit.
Just me topless in the window. Oh my god.
People with the get mask on. I just came here for the comedy, lads.
Open up a man, someone's wanting about your strap on. Like, you here for the comedy?
Jesus, Peter's really committing to this new character he does on stage.
What's this new bit you've got going on?
Who's on the stage, Mr. Spanky?
What's this new bit with the nipple clamps?
Take my money. Take my money.
To be fair, I'm doing that in September, so we're walking in with a gimsuit like, well, lads,
if you're doing the gig in September, you're not wearing nipple clamps in September.
Any students in tonight? Nipple clamps.
I get into the stage now where like, people are booking you well in advance and they're like good and organised.
Yeah,
so like same guy, it was like must have been like at least a month ago, was like, oh, are you free in like August time, towards the end of August? And I was like, I'll have to get the diary out here, lad, and have a wee nosy. Just come off the phone for about 5 seconds, not even look at your calendar. Goes, yeah, I think I'll be able to make that work.
Like a moth flies in.
There's nothing remotely happening right that time. Like, I think I'll make it work.
I don't even have a diary. I went, let me check and put the kettle on. I went, we're good to go.
Just fake it till you make it.
Donny,
having on in August.
Check your calendar for me. my mum listens to the podcast or has listened to the first three, and this daddy
Big happy
thing,
birthday.
What's your mum called?
Louise. Big shout out to
Shout out
Louise. Yeah, she asked me the other week. She's like, "What does pinging mean?" I went, "Never you mind."
I know. I sort of thought that when you said
Yeah, and then I was just walking around. She was, "I was listening to your podcast on my morning walk," and I went, "Well, stop."
knock out on the head.
Yeah. Number one fan.
We'll go into room 101.
Oh yeah,
Oh, yeah.
room 101. Yeah, so things that piss us off from around, well, roughly around the last week or so. For people who didn't see the segment last week,
Yeah. So the first one, who what went in? Customers and
And the
off
off
license.
Like grind my gears high.
Yeah. So just to recap, it's pretty much room 101's concept where you banish things for them never to come back, pet peeves, that sort of thing. We're going to pick one each, and then we all have to agree on just one of them to go in.
Fair enough.
Danny's want to kick off?
I have a really shit one, but I want to get it off my chest.
Okay.
And I know what's going to happen here. I'm going to say it, and then everyone's going to do it. Right? That's how these
Okay.
things work. You put something in your... This pisses me off, and then everyone start doing
Well,
it.
what is it going to be? Like and subscribe? Oh, don't. I hate when people like and subscribe our podcast.
I hate when people donate to the podcast.
Don't be doing that if you're raging.
See when people laughed at my jokes on Thursday. What are you doing?
Do you know what I hate? Getting booked for like £300 gigs. Like, I fucking hate it.
Headline in Glastonbury's comedy club. Yeah, no, don't do that. But no, my big one is... Right, let's go... You probably... I'll just say it. It's
Get
people
off
that
your
come up.
chest.
It's people that come up to you and say fair play.
Fair play, lad. That's a good one.
It's just, it does my rocker, and because people come up to you and be like, "Oh, fair play to you doing that stand-up thing," which to me is just like, that's nice you're trying. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's what I get from it. It's like, fair play to you. Like, I get it's like a common Northern Ireland turn-of-cheek phrase. But you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, it's like, I find it really condescending or something.
Even if you had like an alright, or if it's more if you had an awful gig and like, oh, fair play, you tried it. Fair play, you got up
It
there.
hasn't really helped me in terms of like, you know, doing
I
a
think
gig.
you mean in
And so-
general, just
and-
generally
but
for
like,
doing it.
It's, yeah, people come up to you that haven't, and he goes, fair play to you. You know, like, that's
play, giving it a wee go.
Yeah, you're giving it a wee go. That's good for you. As if, like, you know, you'll grow out of that phase soon, son. Don't worry. Like, you'll soon realise, like,
You'll
that's
hit
what
the
mine was.
books.
That's what mine was. Yeah, people saying fair play, which I know fine rightly all these cunts out here are going to be
Can I
like,
just say
fair play.
Fair play to you
Yeah,
for saying that.
fair play for
lad.
sure.
Fair play. It's big to get off that off your
Fair play
chest.
for doing your wee podcast with your wee friends and your wee microphones.
That's all I'm going to get now. But yeah, fair play. I want to put fair play in the bin.
Okay, fair play.
Fair play. lad.
Kieran, go ahead.
I would go with the parents at Standhill Festival. If you don't know what Standhill Festival is, it was a lovely experience I had yesterday getting to play
I don't want to
Standhill.
interrupt, but I do want to interrupt. There's going to be no people left on Earth if we keep letting you just banish people.
Yeah, everyone's going into room 101. big cleansing of people I don't
Whatever happens this week, it's just the word people in front of it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
whatever you've done, it's the people who done this as well.
The
You know
parents
who you
at
are.
Standhill, like, you know, the modern day sesh heads who've had kids, you know, from a drunken night on the sesh.
Yeah.
And then the child was walking about this
Was there
festival.
a lot of dreadlocks?
A lot of white guys with dreadlocks.
Yeah. Ginger guys. Always ginger
Yeah.
guys with dreadlocks. What's that about?
They came up as well and were like, "Do you want some golden Lucozade?" And I was like, "What's golden Lucozade?" I was like, "Lucozade with MDMA in it." And I
Yeah.
was like, "No."
What?
And the guy said, he was like, "Do you remember me in school?" And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "I used to sell you Lucozade." And I went, "Yeah." And he went, "Do you want some golden?" And I went, "No, you fucking cretin." And then, but like the parents, their kids are running about by themselves, and like the mum and dad are like, "Should we roll in on our joint or what?"
Free spirits, man.
Yeah. And but literally during Reginald D. Hunter's set, he was building Days Closer and getting to it, and was really enjoying it. And this woman walks out on stage, and I was like, "What the fuck is this? Is this a bit or something?" And she handed him this big blank sheet of paper, and he was like, "What is this?" And because he was in the middle of a joke, and she gave him
Yeah.
it, and he read it and goes, "Sorry guys, I need to stop my set a second." He goes, "There was a 13-year-old boy missing," and had to read out his description.
No way.
And then 2 seconds later, he had to put it away and go and went like, I was in the middle of my final joke here, so." And then he had to do like the last 2 lines of his joke and went, "Right, sorry about that," and then left. It just completely ruined his closure, like.
What the fuck?
Just
Couldn't
'cause
have
some,
waited like 10 seconds.
literally just because some parent couldn't find their kid because they're probably all smoking
Like when you're in
ginger.
Tesco's, was all the person with the registration, X432. He had to do that for a child on
Literally,
stage.
their headline comedian building Days Closure at the end of the festival, and this woman comes out and was like, "Excuse me, can you just read this out?"
By the way, 13. See if you're getting lost at 13.
Yeah.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
Fuck off. You're not
Yeah.
getting happy at 13.
He's definitely way into Limavady with a bottle of Frosty Jack.
Yeah. 6-year-old, okay.
13-year-olds are pretty safe from pedos. I feel at that stage.
Yeah.
Like, you're sort of alright. Like,
It's a
That
tiny
sounds like something
festival
Peter would
as
say. Fair play.
fair play to this one.
Fair play to you for doing the
That's
nonsense.
the other thing. Like, it's never a good idea to be like, you shouldn't announce. It's in like a forest or a field or something, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not, like, it's not a good idea to be in like a field of forest with a load of adults being like, "There's a kid loose somewhere all on their own with no parent," and like just some creep at the
like
back.
an
of the room.
advertisement,
It's
actually.
like,
The sex
baby.
offender went.
You're better off saying nothing. Like,
But
no,
also,
enough rest of the Hunter's like, I gotta go.
he literally walked off after. But the worst part of it was like we had to say, Luke McGibbon got up before our set and says, this isn't child friendly, you might want to leave, because apparently last year there were so many kids at it that some comedians were kind of like, what the hell. And then most parents took their kids and walked off. It's the kids here at 7 you're worried, talking about porn in front of. And then they were like this group of like 14-year-old kids up in a tree going, hey, we're not going fucking anywhere, we're staying this. And I was like, fair enough.
You're old enough to climb that tree, you're old enough to listen to this porn joke.
I'm going to go for one that's probably quite controversial, because I think these two actually come under the bracket of what I want to fucking put in room 101.
Beta males.
No. Guinness drinkers.
Seriously?
I'm putting Guinness drinkers in room 101, because I don't know whether to go full off on one here or not.
Go for it.
Because I'm fully aware that this is probably one of the most unpopular. He's the most pretentious pricks in the world.
Yeah, I knew that was coming.
See all this shite about like, you get a shit Guinness here, you get a good Guinness here, the domage and all this stuff. Fuck up.
You need to
fuck up, and if the drink's good, drink it. If it changes that much between bar to bar, stop drinking it.
But see, when you do get a good one, I will vouch for this.
But if like every 1 in 3 hamburgers was shite, I wouldn't eat hamburgers, because the odds of it being that shite is too high.
It does turn your poo black as well.
Yeah.
Oh, John, I discovered during the week, it's Gyro Zero. Guinness 00 does the same, like it has the same effects after, like you fucking black shite and all, but just no hangover the next day. Like your stomach still goes to crap after it. Like so there's no alcohol and it's just all the bad side effects of it. But I would say I'm not a pretentious. I would go and drink Guinness. I don't really give a shit. But you definitely more pretentious than me with Guinness. Like
I would be like kind of. And I know what a bad one tastes like. And like in Newcastle when I was over last month, I was like, this is shit compared to the one we have in Ireland. Like
it's just the whole culture of around like, and I see that like. You it's on like Instagram and all, like shit London pints and all that stuff.
Or
and like,
the Guinness Guru.
Yeah, all that, the Guinness Guru going around going, oh, it's like a 7.8. Fuck up.
That is ridiculous.
It does my head in the look of the guy. Fucking hate him.
My dad bought me, my brother and him all t-shirts of his slogan, the Guinness Guru. He talks about shtick. So like the white foam, how it sticks to the glass. And my dad's like, oh yes boys, we just see this present, and thankfully he ordered mine extra large, and as a wee man I was like, okay, I can never wear that.
Can I actually have it? It'd probably fit me. And I just burn it like.
You'd be walking around with your hop house going, is there much shtick in this hop house?
Do you know what the thing is about Guinness too, right? I was thinking about this during the week. It was like, did the first guy that pull it, because obviously you have to leave it for some reason, just pull it like a normal pint, took a sip and goes, this is shit, and then some guy's like, I know exactly what we need here. We need to wait exactly like, what is it, 210 seconds and then push the handle away from you, and then it'll be classy. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There are people who do.
How did you find that out?
I have a mate who was like, I won't drink it outside of Dublin, and that is like taking it to the extreme.
It's just, that's what I mean. I'm not putting Guinness in room 101.
Yeah.
I'm putting Guinness drinkers in.
Yeah.
It's the people who like obsess over all that shit. Like,
am I going to turn to dust now if we choose your option?
Yeah.
Kieran goes to room 101.
Yeah.
Can we still use your house for recording?
Yeah. You can use it for a party gaff or anything.
And can I just say, if you don't agree with me, that's you like covering your own backs, and that's going to look bad on you. So I think you should. If you don't agree with me, it's seen as you being biased. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know. I think we've got 3 good ones this week.
Remind me, because I got so worked up.
Your face is quite red.
So we've got Fair Play Lads, Stand Old Parents, and Guinness drinkers.
I might go with Guinness drinkers. Like,
do you know what I would like to do? Do you know what I would like to do? I'd almost like to leave it to like a weekly vote and then discuss who wins next week. Do you know if people let us know which one should go in the room? Because I think we should make our case and let the people decide.
If I had a Twitter page, we should get a Twitter page, then we're going to do a poll. Can you do a poll on Instagram? You can poll on Instagram.
Yeah, you can poll on Instagram, yeah.
Change mine from stand-up parents to then hippie parents. Because that was crusty parents.
Crusty parents.
Yeah, actually that could be a good idea, because then we're going to do like a wee catch-up work. I know we're sort of editing our podcast but that's a good idea, because then we're going to do all like.
And then you have to tune in next week to find out who's going to room 101.
Which item will never exist again. Kieran just isn't here for the next one.
I'm definitely not getting it through then, because the vast majority of people drink Guinness.
I think
vote him off the podcast.
You've made a good point though. I think people as a Guinness drinker, I'd be like, yeah, definitely, that does my bops in too. Like,
oh, look, the domage. Fuck off.
The domage is there is something to admire on that. When it's wet. You're domage.
Fucking melters, boy.
Now I'm looking at you, the black and the white head. I'm sort of just see a big pint of Guinness.
You're wearing a black t-shirt.
Look like a Guinness.
Holy moly.
Sure, whenever I went to the factory that time we went, and of course like you do the turn to give you like a wee shot of Guinness, and the guy just went on and goes, does anyone know what the actual colour of this was? And
I know.
Not one person knew apart from this one Indian guy. Just went ruby red. Just in the middle of the room. I was like, that's fantastic. Like, that man has done some work.
People come from far and wide to sample. It is a delicacy.
Which is fine.
And then you should have seen
Don't
by
be a cunt about it.
see by the end of the tunnel, he was up in the wee thing going, "Look at the damage on that, my friend. That is amazing." Is that racist? I don't know.
Yeah. You've just got us cancelled. Episode 4, who would have thought? That's it.
He was from Portadown. I don't know why he had that accent.
One thing then, another segment was this is suggested by my ma, a guilty pleasure then that we have. So we'll go for a
Shout out
guilty
Louise.
pleasure.
So will we do that there? We'll put a poll up and the people can decide what goes in room 101.
And then we'll let you know next week on the podcast what it is. Yeah.
And then we'll also do a guilty pleasure that goes into maybe the positive version of room 101, and then the people can vote.
Yeah.
Cemented forever and good
let's
shit.
go with that then. So what are we going for guilty pleasures then if we're going for one each?
I'll go first then because
That's
I think I have to go with him. Tom Cruise.
Tom Cruise
Is my guilty pleasure.
Is this Top Gun related? He's Top Gun, isn't he?
He's Top Gun. I can watch Tom Cruise and anything. See when you see him smiling, there's something that melts in my heart. Like the guy is just like he does the smile and he does this thing where he claps
Small
his
man
hands.
syndrome. They all join the gas for each other.
That is it. We look out for one another. Short kings need to look out for each other. And like when I seen him in the new film, when like in the new Top Gun, his commanding officer says, "Don't fly that plane too fast." And what does he do? He flies it fast. And I'm like,
what an
Such a
absolute
rule breaker.
What a skitter.
he does that Tom Cruise smile, and I'm like, oh Jesus, I love him. I watch him in anything. If you ever want to come on the podcast, Tom, just let me know and we can hang out and talk about Scientology or whatever weird shit you're into. He's my guilty pleasure.
The only thing I would argue with that is that guilty pleasure enough? He is like one of the biggest biggest actors in the world.
But he does have like people as slaves and stuff in his house.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Is he the one that started the
Do you want to be a slave?
Yeah,
Is he one of the cults?
Scientology is a cult and he's like quite high up in it. So he could probably like kill someone and get away with it. But at the same time, see when he does that smile, you're just like,
Do what you want to be, Tom.
Yeah. Tom, you're a legend. And it's his voice as well. When he shouts in the films, he's got this real like magnetism about him. And I'm sounding like I'm in love and got a hard on for
fair
Tom
play. I
Cruise.
love
You're
his
like,
love.
nothing
Yeah.
wrong with a bit of man crush. Like I like that.
I love him. He's my guilty pleasure.
Fair play.
You got one?
I've got one.
You go on ahead. 'Cause I need to think.
Eurovision.
Oh, that's a good
That's a
one.
good
as well,
shout.
I fucking love Eurovision. I am obsessed with it and I'm not afraid
Do
to
you do
admit
the
that.
Eurovision parties?
No, I haven't done a Eurovision party, but I've watched every single Eurovision since like 2005. Being deadly serious, I'm like obsessed with it. Like,
Who won the last one?
last one there was
The UK was robbed.
Yeah.
The UK was robbed. Ukraine won it out of
it was
70 votes.
Ukraine, yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
The one before it was Italy. Like honestly, I'm obsessed with it. Like, I
Quality.
looked into getting tickets to go.
It's coming to the UK, isn't it?
Glasgow, I heard.
It could be Belfast was also named as one of the places.
City of Peace.
City of Peace, that's it. Yeah, it's just because Joe's brilliant about Eurovision. See if you just like accept it for what it is, that it's a shite and it's funny.
Yeah.
It's so enjoyable. Like I love it. Like.
I know there was one. It was like a Swedish one. It's a really famous song now.
Lorraine,
Baby.
Euphoria.
Euphoria.
Well, the winner from 2012, mate.
Yeah, straight off the bat.
Yeah.
I didn't even need to properly describe it.
Yeah.
Triple platinum in 3 weeks. What are you talking about?
Kitty Pryce done a Eurovision song, didn't she, in 2009?
Oh.
What?
And yeah, it's true. I remember like
She definitely didn't represent the UK, but she would have. I think she was one of the people who tried to represent the UK.
it was called like Bacardi Breezers Till I Die or something. Something stupid.
That's a
like
loyalist song, isn't it?
Yeah. A night shone in the night in the Bacardi Breezers.
The only thing I like Eurovision. The only thing I don't like about it is when they go around the countries and you have them. I don't know where they get them. Like, hello from Iceland, and you're like, oh fuck off.
Moldova has
Like,
12 points. Go.
yeah.
I would love to see you in Belfast next year. Hello from Belfast.
It's Connor Burns.
Yeah.
Babe, see all these people there, you know.
You just need to stop slapping and give us 3 points. I'd be
Alexander
Burke.
I love how the rumor in Eurovision too was like the UK never get any points because everyone just hates the UK and all, and like everyone just votes their neighbouring country, and then they actually released a decent song and everyone voted. It's like,
Yeah.
your song's
Just
just
put a bit of
shite.
effort in.
Yeah,
It's
just
all
be
it
better.
is.
That guy was big on TikTok as well. The guy
Yeah,
for the UK.
songwriter.
Yeah, he looks like a cocker spaniel.
Stop going for Katie Price and go for actual TikTok stars, and you might get somewhere. Like,
Yeah, that's it.
That is a secret sauce. I think mine's TV related. And I think it is a guilty pleasure, but I love Love Island. Love Island's
Yeah,
my one.
that's not bad.
Fuck, love it. Cause see the thing with Love Island is right. People go, "Why would you watch that shit? These losers on TV, so unintelligent, blah blah blah." I don't like watching TV that makes me feel shit. So
Yeah.
I watched that show. It was 14 Peaks the other week, and the guy climbed 14 mountains in 6 months. While the only thing I can relate to, I was eating like a 14 multi-pack across and like
Climbing
do
Cave
you know what I mean? Like that's the only thing I can relate to. Whereas these like people in Love Island are just mentally insane.
Yeah.
Chaos on TV every night. I'm like, I feel so much better about myself now.
Well,
What's the guy,
this was
David?
one of the questions I had for
Davide.
later.
Yeah.
Italian Stallion.
He's in a head kiss, I heard.
He's a legend. He's my new hero.
Is
Like,
this Davide?
Davide, yeah.
The head kiss from it.
So this is one of the questions I have for later. One of the questions actually was, what do you think about Love Island? So we may as well just go into that now.
Head it now,
You
yeah.
like it?
I love Love. Do you know what I do? I watch it every second year. Every year's too much. Every year's too much. It's like
It's like an international football
yeah,
tournament.
it's like the UEFA Conference League or something like that. Like every year is loads for me. Like
I can get behind it. 2 years is enough, boy.
yeah, but no, I love it. Like it's like there's just because everyone's on it. No one's on it for love anymore. Everyone's just thinking of the brand and all
Teeth
this
whitening
clear
kit?
stuff. Yeah, like all that there sort of carry on. And I just
Never
respect
working
the shit out
another
of it.
day.
Like a guy this year left his professional rugby contract to go on to Love Island.
Yeah.
That's
Do you know what I
wild.
mean?
Like.
Yeah.
Oh, my friend said that she's a friend in Edinburgh. This is like my friend of a friend of a friend who knows him, and apparently personally he's just a boring bastard. Like
Really? Yeah.
yeah, and he's coming across like a proper creep on it.
I watched, I think, maybe 4 episodes of it, 4 or 5, and I'd never watched it before, but I watched a couple. It's not bad.
I've never actually genuinely watched it, and I'm not a snob about it or anything or a
Yeah.
high horse, like, but it's just
I would
don't
have
know.
been.
Yeah,
I would have been like, no, I'm not fucking watching that.
Yeah.
It's good to watch with someone else. I wouldn't
I
watch
feel
it
like-
on
No,
my
yeah,
own.
it's good to watch someone else and like
Go like, oh, what do you think?
It's good to sit there with like a girlfriend or something and be
Yeah.
like, she'd be like, well, who do you fancy? Like, and then you sit there like, I'm not fucking answering that. And then she
Yeah.
answers and you're like, fuck's sake, that's a
Bitch.
complete polar opposite of me. Like,
Well, no, it's like when I watched it
She
once
picked
with my
the black guy,
flatmate.
like,
You come back blacked up the next day. This is what you want.
chiseled abs, spray tan, the works.
I go the opposite. The worst, she's like, I really like that guy because I just want to get fatter and uglier. Then if you want abs, I'm just going to do the opposite. Like,
How many multi-cracks is too much?
Yeah.
Get the monster
I
munch.
get straight for more than 14 packs of Chris in a day. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's what's the real attraction there.
That's nuts for me. Like, see, like ready salted nuts or chilies.
Nuts are bad for you as well.
I
Like
know.
seriously bad. Like
No, I've got about 5 years left at the most. No, Love Island, I never watched it. My flatmate is like a real literature by the books guy, and I was like, I came back after like a year away, and I was like, well, what are we watching tonight? You know what art house film we watched? And he goes, have you ever heard of this Love Island? Love Island. And I was like, and then like I have a video of him like where he's taking his glasses off, and I'm like, are you crying at Love Island?
hay fever's really bad this year, guys.
Man up, stop showing your emotions.
The thing is, though, like it's on at like what is it, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock every night. You show me a better show that's on between 9 and 10 o'clock on just normal TV. TV is actually
Reruns
crap
of The
now,
Sopranos.
Like,
9 o'clock, Sky Atlantic.
I don't even have. Like, I don't even watch TV. I don't have a TV. Like, I don't have an aerial. In
For
my
the
house.
record, I don't have a TV license either. Don't
Yeah, I
need one.
don't. What's behind the camera right now is not a TV. It's a jet mirror. It's just a big mirror.
Do you ever
You
see
haven't
those
turned that thing on
TVs
once?
we have to put a pound in? Do you remember them?
Yeah, my dad was telling me about those before.
TVs we actually had to put a pound in to get
And
it
what
to
you
work
got like
with.
an hour of
Yeah.
TV? That's
Yeah.
mental.
And like someone will come around and like take the coin jar out the back and like.
What the fuck, like?
This is only, like, the
medieval
90s
times,
or something,
like.
I never had one, but I've mates who've had one.
I remember being so inspired by The Simpsons, and I used to wind like parents up when like the TV wasn't working properly, and I would
Slap it.
slap it, and my
Yeah,
dad would
yeah.
be like, "What the fuck are you doing? That costs a fortune."
Homer did it.
Yeah, like listen, if it's on TV, it clearly works. But like, because TV used to be really bulky as well, so
Yeah.
it'd be a lot more guilt-free to slap. If you slap your plasma, you're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, baby."
Teresa showed me a photo of like her like going to like her first like teenage disco or something the other day. She was like 14, and the first thing I noticed was, look at the state of the TV in the background. The TV's like a foot deep. I was like, what the fuck?
It's like an old film. It's like, check out this new TV I've got. And I'm like, that's a fucking stinker.
Yeah.
That's rotten.
I've
Like-
seen a thing before that was like girls used to back in the day get their photos in front of the TV because the TV used to be so big and chunky.
Yeah.
Make them
Yeah.
look smaller.
Jesus. Hey,
Also,
yo,
it's
fat
like-
girl, jump on that TV. Jump in front of that TV.
There's that
love.
one girl that covers the whole thing. Like,
I'm going to
fuck's
start
sake.
bringing a Panasonic out the smoking areas with me, just me sitting like that. I'm actually quite thin.
Look at how I shape up compared to this TV. Like,
Just that one
Take
girl that's
me
like
home.
a teacher in school and just wheels that thing around with her, just a big TV and wheels.
what, like the wheelie need to bring out to watch the documentary?
Yeah.
Or the World Cup if you were really lucky in school.
Yeah.
2010 World Cup, we watched Portugal batter South Korea in Irish.
What's your
Oh, in Irish class, lad.
Falcha,
Falcha,
Falcha, Portugal League.
CR7, see, hi boy.
ask you like that?
August rapist.
What's your first like World Cup memory or like football tournament memory?
Italy beating France in 06.
I was in Italy when that happened.
You there at the match? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was in
France.
France when that happened.
I was
I was in
Italy.
Portugal.
And
All the boys on holiday.
all the restaurants, like all the chefs came out and like got all the plates and started smashing them on the floor and all. And we were in Lake Garda and they all like jumped over the bars into the lakes and all. Everyone was going nuts on the street party. There was like, remember the wee mini motos? like mini motorbikes. There's a guy going about one of them with like a flare and all. It was a street party, and then the cops turned up. They were like, "Oh fuck!" Cops turned the sirens on, started giving us stacks and all.
Jesus, because that's a classic match. The France go 1-0 up. Zidane headbutts Marco Massive Nasty, and then Dean Zidane headbutts him, and then it turns into like a whole scrap, and then there's that penalty shootout, and it's like it brings a tear to the eye. Like,
Generally was amazing, and in the semi-final they played Germany, and I always liked Germany, so I had like a wee fake Germany top with Podolski on the back. When Italy beat them, all these Italian men were just going at my face, going, I was like, oh fuck's sake, I can't deserve this.
My uncle has a story when Nolan and Adam were in the World Cup against Spain, and they beat Spain. He kept going running up to the Spanish kids and going like, Nolan Islandés uno, Espanol 0. And he said he kept doing it to the Spanish kids, and then one day he was walking back from the pool and about 4 of them jumped him. He said he was lying on the ground getting his head kicked in, and he went, Nolan Islandés uno, Espanol 0.
I'm trying to think what mine is. I remember being in France for that World Cup, that match, but like the part of France is in there, like, we just like rugby more. It's like, could you not just get behind them?
I know,
like, as a man from Ireland we have nothing to celebrate sport in, like, surely you can get behind them. Like, we don't really care. I was like, what the fuck?
Cheering when Zidane got sent off. Sacre bleu.
Yeah. I remember the 2002 World Cup. Like, that's maybe I'm a wee bit older than you, but I remember Japan. I remember I was in Parmy too, and I remember we all had to make like draw flags.
Ireland were in it. So,
and it was
Ireland did well.
Robbie Keane with a cartwheel. Yeah, that was it. But we all had to like draw flags of like countries that were in it and like paint them for the day, and I just like chose Japan because it was like the easiest flag to do. Just like a wee red dot. Was like, right, can I go home?
That's not done for the day.
Fuck it.
You're literally born to work for the council. Like,
mate.
That's me. I'm clocking off for the day, boys. See you later. Tough shift.
You're just like, can I work from home tomorrow?
Fuck, I love skiving, please.
Can we talk about you started a new job this week? Can we talk about that?
Yeah, we can start it. We can talk about it. I started on Friday there. Day of record is Sunday. Today. Yeah, it was grand.
How many hours work did you do? How many hours skiving?
A few minutes, like.
Yeah, a few minutes. I thought for 180 seconds.
Yeah, it's always weird when you start a new job though, because it's like, it's just information overload. People just like, so this is what we do, and you're like, and you just get like sort of zone out a wee bit. But they all seem dead on as fuck, like.
Is it still online, working from home?
No, it's a mixture. So it's going to be between Banbridge, Craigavon and home. So I was in Craigavon on Friday, but I'm in Banbridge tomorrow morning, like.
Shafted.
Jesus, I know. We'll probably taking the roof off Filthies tonight and it's just fucking Banbridge in the morning.
I know, I'm looking forward to Filthies tonight. Like, it's weird, like, that's the sort of...
Yeah.
You sort of aim to be like that, to be the main job.
Yeah, well, I was like...
Do you know what I mean?
No, obviously, after doing chicken boxing first, I was like, this is classic.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is like, I just done 20 minutes of stand-up, and then the next day, I had a boy in the off-license going, yo, hurry head, get me a bottle of Strongbow. And I'm like,
hurry head. Yeah.
There's something about getting like that just wee envelope or a wee bit of cash after a gig, and you're like, holy fuck. Like,
what am I going to do with this?
Like, this is unbelievable. Like,
makes it even better when it's a brown envelope. Feels dodgy. You're like,
when they handed to you, it's like, and then when I'm like, I'll never work again. Like, this is the retirement fund.
Oh, I'm retiring early, like, yeah.
This is like, we've hit the big time. Like, when the first time I got paid, I was like, Darren said to me, he goes, welcome to the big leagues, kid. And he goes, well, not the big leagues, more like the League One.
It's like, there's promoted.
There's something as well, because the way everyone now uses like contacts for everything. Like, I use my phone or like my card or whatever. But the other day we were like in, where were we? We were out for drinks, something like that. And Dash was like, sorry, I have cash. And she just looked at me in a way I haven't seen in like years. Like, cash? Like, just pure lust in her eyes. Like, a man with cold hard cash. She goes, oh, that is class, lad.
Class, mate.
See, at the festival yesterday, they were really, most places, like, they had card machines, but a lot of places just took cash. And I was like, oh fuck, it's going to be like £9 for a beer. 4 beers for a tenner. That was fucking lovely. Like,
bottles of beer, like.
The cans, like the big cans, 500 milliliters. Jesus, and then a lovely mix as well. I was like, the festivals need to start looking after the Stendhal model.
That's pretty good, like.
I remember seeing a thing one time. It was like girls, like this girl had opened like her own beauticians or something out there, and she's like, why do Chinese not take card machines? I guess it's a joke. It's like, if you, as someone who owns their own business, can't figure why they would do cash only, you shouldn't own your own business. Like, that's bad.
Because they don't hand cash over the UVF, like you said. They'll be getting kneecapped.
Fucking triads upstairs.
I look forward to the day to come out with the contactless machine.
I know. It won't be a Chinese man bound to tell that. There'll just be some old white fella like, well, hello, what's happening?
Billy.
Yeah. Hello, welcome to Billy's Chinese.
Billy, a classic Chinese name. Like,
what can I get you? Chicken chow mein, salted chili chicken from my hometown.
Before we move on, recap there of the guilty pleasures. And what would you go for?
Oh shit, what was mine again? Love Island.
Love Island.
Tom Cruise.
Love Island, Tom Cruise in Eurovision. So
I just want to throw it there. Tom Cruise isn't a guilty pleasure.
Well, we're leaving it up to the
people. Yeah. So let us know between either the Room 101 things that are shit and then the guilty pleasures as well.
So guilty pleasures is Tom Cruise, Eurovision, Love Island, and Room 101, Guinness drinkers, hippie parents.
Fair play, lad.
Fair play, lad.
People saying fair play and a comment saying well. Okay, we'll put them up on Instagram and get that sorted.
Make sure you get on the Instagram page. There's been loads of stuff happening up on the Instagram page.
Yeah, we got some questions for it in as well.
Yeah, we got some questions for it. What time are we on? Because I don't want to do
we're about half an hour in, are we?
39. So we'll do the questions in an hour a bit.
Yeah, no worries.
But apart from that,
upcoming gigs this week. I've got my 50th ever gig this week.
50.
So in Brickworks, which you've played before, but I hear it's Roe Ward was telling me it's nothing but a lovely room. So I'm very excited for that. And probably stay overnight in Derry just to.
The stage is quite high. That's one thing that caught me off guard. You feel like you're on a lot higher than them.
Is the room big or is it?
It's wide, if you know what I mean. Like maybe only
it's all great.
Will I bring a TV out with me? Here on stage.
Like you get about 12 wide, but maybe only 5. Yeah, it's quite good.
I'm really looking forward to it. And then also it's Andrew Ryan, Sean Haggerty, so it's a lethal lineup.
Andrew Ryan,
that is good.
Yeah, so
it's really good.
And 10 minutes as well, so we get the.
Is it sponsored by Jameson's?
No, it's
not this one.
Kiwis is sponsored. Why was the last one sponsored by Jameson's?
Yeah, the one I done was sponsored by Jameson's. I had someone in the corner giving out free samples and all.
They've done that when we done Sean done Stitches, the new material night, and they were handing out free Jameson and ginger ale with us.
Yeah.
And it was
that's what they gave out that time.
And then I went downstairs and they're doing was it O'Hara's beer or something like that. It was lovely as well.
O'Hara's,
yeah, it was class.
And then what was it that Stitches won the new material night. It's downstairs in what looks like a dungeon, but it looks like it's also meant to be a classy room.
So bliss for comedy. It's literally like a comedy cellar.
I think I've done that room. I think I done Token Street in there.
No, that's a Chenet.
Is that not the same place?
No, it's Cassidy's. But Chenet's also a class wee room. It's that tiny.
That room is nuts downstairs. It's they're just there on top of you. I feel like they're 2 inches from you.
The green room is literally just a sheet. You stand behind a sheet. It's lethal. That is one of the better rooms in Dublin. Well, not better. I've played 3 rooms. I think that's my favourite one. Big dog in Dublin.
I'm down there this week. I'm doing the big room in Stitches this week. When's that? So I've graduation on Tuesday, Stitches on Wednesday, and then Pugs on Thursday. It's a big week for your boy. It's a big week. I feel like I'm coming to man this week.
Earn your stripes, kid.
Literally.
Belter. I'm in Dundalk on Thursday.
Oh, the Boozy Cow, is it? Or the
Tipsy Cow?
Boozy Cow. He's steaming either way.
Sounds like something you call your mom, just too much Prosecco. Yeah, fucking Tipsy Cow.
Put the Volavons down, you Boozy Cow. You've had 5 of them.
Don't you be speaking to Louise like that, dare you?
If you're listening to this, Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mommy.
Yeah, I don't really know what to think about it. Do you remember ones you haven't even thought about it?
It could be in another Mullingar, or it could be in our Smasher. You just don't.
I'm sort of just get the next gig over and done with.
Imagine
this one tonight.
If you walk down and the guy behind the bar was an exact clone of the other guy who ran Mullingar,
I'd run away. I'd call him a tipsy cunt.
Hey boy, listen, I'll say whatever I want. Free speech, fuck up.
I'll probably just drive that because Dundalk's an hour away from me.
Yeah, it's not that far.
Not far.
I was actually kind of raging because I had to drop that gig to go and do the Pugs one, which decisions are made.
Tough choice.
Yeah, really had to think
big
on that
sweat on it.
Yeah, but because people keep going, but we have a sub thing where we do an All Ireland. You're the first person to do an All Ireland. Every county. People are like to me, "Jez, you love it. You're going to miss out in County Louth." And I was like,
fair play to you.
Yeah.
Fair play. Fair play, big man. Big decision.
I was like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
If Luke McGill says this, I really do care. I do care.
You're chasing Mustafa's record right now.
Yeah.
Who leads?
Right, we're going to a few questions here.
Yeah, we're going to a few questions.
I got a couple on the Instagram.
Got a couple on the Insta. We said we'd answer all Instagram questions this week, so...
let's see the notifications. First one is... let's talk about Pete's old haircut was one.
Right, do you know who that came from?
Chris Conway.
Chrissy Conway, yeah, good lad.
Chrissy's a good lad for the questions. Good lad, Chrissy.
Is there any way
to bring this?
Could we slide a photo in, or is that going to be too hard?
I can slide a photo in, surely.
Drop it in,
yeah. Photo in, no problem.
We can make it see a reel.
Sean
pick your favourite one. Which one was your favourite one over the years?
The
blue, surely.
The blue,
I love that it's time to do. You go.
Right, yeah. So I massive yellow fucking spiky hair with big fringe and all basically the most stereotypical scene kid emo kid haircut.
Roar XD.
Yeah, it was nuts, and that was literally what I was like. And I also dyed it blue one day.
Just woke up one morning and was
how long did you have it blue for?
No, not long. I was literally just like done that day, like.
And we watched it straight out again?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like permanent or something.
No, that was like, it was, I used to bleach it blonde like permanently, but the blue was like, it was only like a temporary one. I'm actually surprised how well it looked, like the colour of it, as in like,
how like popped it was.
It
Yeah.
looks like
nice
it was
shade,
properly dyed, like,
Yeah.
but no, I had it blue for a while. But then it just quickly came
What
out
did your
again.
school say? Because Julia's school is going to be funny about like her and stuff like that.
It was melt, like honestly, they just done my head in. They're
Mr.
always telling me, like brush it out and all, because it was like massively spiked at the back, up the top and all.
Full bottle of hairspray job, like.
Yeah, so I used to like straighten my hair and then get like Schwarzkopf, got the yellow.
The yellow one. That's like, yeah, like women spray it on their face to make their makeup stick.
Jedward used it.
Yeah,
that's how.
That thing could hold up peace walls. Like, it is fantastic.
Yeah,
all the pixels.
So, yeah.
How long did it take to do as well? Like, that's
honestly,
a 40-minute job at
it's
least.
not, because see, when you do it that often every single day, I could do it in like 5 or 10 minutes, like
Straight out to school.
yeah, it's classic.
Did you ever clip it as well? Walking into a building. Oh,
I remember wearing a hairband once or twice playing football. It was that long. Like,
Jack Grealish.
yeah.
You had the ball, wouldn't even know it touched your head. Like, just
A few
big
step
cushion.
overs with the hair.
Socks around the ankles now. But like I naturally always going to go bald, but I think what I done to my hair didn't happen. I think it speeded up the
Accelerated
process. Yeah.
Clogged the pores we got to be.
Yeah. But no, I stand by that haircut. It was fucking nuts, but I loved it. Like,
100%.
I fucking loved it. Like,
Don't take us the wrong way. Don't take us the wrong way. But like, did you do any pulling with like the blue hair or anything like that?
people genuinely loved it. I used to go out to like see, I was like 16, 17, 18 when I had that haircut. Like, first started going out, like people used to come up to me and smoking hairs and all, like, can I get a photo and all? We literally used to have to sit and take photos with people.
Jeremy should go up and grab your coat, you've pulled or hanging on here.
Yeah. Telling you it's an acquired taste, but see the people who like it, fuck, they like it.
There's now an open space in Lurgan for a boy that's blue mad hair.
Yeah.
See if I show up to the next gig with like blue matter and lurking.
Yeah.
Like, well, let's go to the Ashburn.
Because I've showed it to people and people thought it was a wig and all.
Yeah. Well, when you first put up a photo on Twitter, that's where I first seen it. I was like,
Yeah.
Are you taking? Is this like Photoshop?
No,
or is this taking the
that's
piss?
genuine.
That should have been the Richarlison sacrifice. If he gets 20 goals, you have to bring back the.
That's not
Yeah.
a punishment.
Yeah, that's it.
Like,
That's
what if I could? I would bring it back if I could.
I will pay for you to go to Turkey.
Biology is stopping me, not pride.
Right, flip it on its head, Ciaran. You have to do it. You have to bring out the blue.
I quite like I quite like the my hair. And two, I absolutely love the idea of going on stage and one of us has to say something.
True.
Like,
I think that's good.
That
Like,
is cracker. That is cracker.
Imagine doing it in like a high stakes gig as well.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
fucking like Lavery's being like, or at the Empire somewhere, being like, you've got 5 minutes in the Empire. What are you gonna say? But here's the thing about Jews.
But yes, no, Chrissy Conway, good question, but
Very
I
good
love
question,
that haircut. Love Island, we've touched on that.
Someone texted you on Twitter. That was a really good question. And I forget.
I've got them all here. I don't know which one you're on about, but I'll probably get that. The first one, Nathan, is the Mayo curse real?
Well, we're going to find out because they're all dead.
I was gonna say they all dead. Yeah.
They're all dead.
I
now,
don't want to explain the Mayo curse there. If some people might
Do you
not
know
know what that is.
Right, so
It's your bread and butter.
Yeah, it's my bread and butter here. So I actually, for context here, on my other podcast, Smack Talk, right, I did an interview with Miss GB, right?
Right.
And I only had her for 30 minutes, and one of the questions I asked her was, do you think the Mayo curse is real? And she's like, what the fuck are you on about? What
Who is this, sir?
Miss Great Britain. I've interviewed Miss Great Britain before, right?
What? It's a story in itself.
This is a story itself. I interviewed
I
Miss
never
Great
knew my
Britain.
ma was on your podcast.
Over Zoom, mind you, and the whole time I was just like intensely. Let's just say she had very big personalities on her, right?
And you asked a woman from Great Britain, was like, "Here, what about the Mayo curse?"
I was like to myself, you know me, I love my content, love my clips. Like, this would be cracker if I asked her, do you think the Mayo curse? It was right before the All Ireland final, and she was just like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like,
The Mayo curse.
No idea.
She's probably thinks Hellman's or something.
Yeah, so I explained it all. I must have spent out of my 30-minute interview like 20 minutes explaining the Mayo curse.
Why?
story.
Yeah.
What? That's such
Surely
a
there were
random
so
thing.
many other questions. It's
Content is key, lads. Content is key. So I explained all this to her, and then she was, at the end, I think she just zoned down. She goes, I think Mayo will win. I was just like, oh, for fuck's sake, like, give me absolutely nothing. But
Right, pretend Miss GB's down the camera and you're
I'll
explaining
explain
it
the
there
Mayo
again.
curse. Basically, the Mayo curse is back in Yongstville. Mayo won the All Ireland, and on the way back from the game, they drove past. Was it like a funeral or a wake or something there? And all the boys got off the bus, started pissing on the street and stuff like that. And this
disgraceful behaviour.
Yeah, this priest or witch doctor or something like that came out and was like,
Witch
it was like, you boys will never win an All Ireland until all yous are dead. And basically, They hadn't won All Ireland since, and that's
they've
gone
got
back
the
like
loads of
50
finals.
years ago.
They've got the like loads of finals.
Loads of finals. Got seven finals the last 10 years. Lost
It's like
every single
Benfica as well. Have one against them.
And there's one guy
They've probably
left.
seen the same witch doctor, yeah.
Yeah,
Probably
the same fella.
Isn't there one guy like still left to die?
No, I think he's
from
dead.
the original team.
There's either one left or they're all dead.
Surely
Right.
someone's coming to him with a pillow soon and being like, "Listen,
Yeah.
boy."
Well, that's what I thought
The
last year.
Mayo
It's like-
fucking full forward.
Yeah.
Miss Great Britain. She's like,
She's been haunted now. One question as well. I just want to address quickly. One of my cousins texted in saying, "Ciaran, who's your favorite cousin? If you're listening, it's not you anyway."
Yeah. Next question. So is Mayo Curse real? I'm saying yes, just for
yeah,
sheer
yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, fair play. Right, from Talal, who is right
Talal's always
quickly
got a belter question.
becoming a podcast favourite. What's your biggest fears? Now, I don't know if you want to take that in a trivial way or like in a big philosophical way.
My hair falling out. Genuinely.
That's genuine.
Yeah, that's genuine.
That's shade thrown my way. Like.
I don't know why, but it's like something that's terrified me since uni, and I'd be like going in the mirror to my mum and dad going, "Is this thing fucking going or what?" If I genuinely does fall out, like I will sell this place to go to Turkey.
Really? Would you go Turkey then?
Yeah, I would do. One of my cousins had it done, and second cousin, and like he came back and was like, "It's not looking like a good job at the minute." He goes, "But just wait the August, it's gonna blossom." I was like, "It's not a flower. It's not gonna suddenly come out in August."
And how did it turn out? Shite.
Well, it's not August yet, but I'm waiting. I'm patiently waiting because at the minute, like
It's blooming.
At the minute, I'd be asking for my money back kind of job.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I'm a firm believer in fucking rock the shaved head because I
Yeah.
do have hair.
I like it. I like the fact you embrace it. Really
Yeah.
respect the shit out of that.
I'd like have to shave it. I shave mine like every 2 days. Like so, like I do have hair. It's just like I have a shit hairline. So it's like I'd rather whack it off. Like
it is like just pure insecurity. Like, but like at the same time, like I would use like products and all and invest in it. My mum was like, "Do you know how much money you would save a year if you just like didn't, or you just shaved and just rocked the number 2?"
My
I was like,
opinion is there's nothing wrong with being bald, but there's something wrong with balding. If you're balding, you gotta make a
You gotta
decision.
embrace it. Yeah, yeah.
You're
definitely.
either whacking this all off or you're I don't know wearing a wig or fucking going to Turkey or whatever.
Do you ever look at boys and try to determine because they're wearing a cap, like, is he bald or isn't he?
Or
It's tough.
I'd comb over.
Yeah, yeah.
Sweep like.
Just comb it over, no one's gonna notice. Like,
But even people that are bald and like always wear hats, because then whenever you do see them, it's like, gee, like
Yeah.
it's still a shock factor there.
That's we went to Liam Gallagher last week, and like everyone wears a bucket hat.
Yeah.
My mate was all, "Why you not wearing a bucket hat?" And I was all, "Because when I wear a bucket hat, people don't know I'm bald. I want to take my hat off. It's going to be more of a shock. I'd rather just let them know."
the bucket hat stays on in the bedroom. Look. Holding on to the late
bucket
level.
hat.
Hello, love. I'm welcome. I'm a rock and roll star, baby.
Today is going to be the day.
Well, there we are.
So my biggest fears.
Keep it losing the bucket hat in the bedroom for me.
Yeah. Okay, we'll agree on that.
I don't think I have any fears. I'm trying to think. Oh, no, I definitely do.
Captain America here.
I'm actually terrified of everything. Like pretty much everything terrifies me. Like people walking behind you late at night and all. I'm like,
You scaredy cat?
I'm petrified of everything. Like I'd seen like Aston Ford be like if someone says, "Would you not jump?" I was like, no. I am not fighting no
You'd
man
leave the
for nothing.
girlfriend
Like,
for dead.
I just like you're gone. Like do you know like women
You're
can get
done.
twisty? Do you ever see them women that get twisty and like want their boyfriends to fight someone? Like she doesn't do that, but like if I was in that situation, I'd be like no chance.
Yeah.
I just let him go buck wild.
Do you ever see that guy Andrew Tate that's big on
Yeah.
TikTok?
What's
at the
his
moment?
deal? He's a fucking space cadet.
Right, he's an absolute cunt, like fuck him.
Yeah.
But he tells a story about like out nightclub with a girlfriend, and like they're in like a chicken shop afterwards. You know, like chicken shops real big in like London. And all.
Yeah.
Is he American, by the way, or is he?
He's British, but he's like
Speaking an American
He's from
accent.
America, lived in London.
yeah,
his
he's
whole life.
people
Like
sort of been all over the place, that sort of way. But he was in the chicken shop with a girlfriend after a nightclub, and this like blacked out Range Rover pulls up, and these fucking gangsters get out. And like they're in the line, and like the skip in front of him in the line, and the girlfriend's all, "Are you not going to do something about this?" And he's all, "Nope."
He's like,
Because
that's me.
I'm smart, and he will kick the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And the guy in front of him, his girlfriend was all like, "You gotta let them do it, let this do it," and she would run their mouth, and the
that.
gangster just turned around and sparked the woman out.
Fucking hell.
And he was all, "That's why you don't say anything. You pick your battles."
Is he like an MMA fighter or what is he? Or
He
is
was a
he?
kickboxer
Yeah.
or something.
You know what?
Prick, whatever it is.
I like him, but like for face value of like just he's a character like he can't go on like that. Surely, like he doesn't actually believe in things.
All
I'd
these
hope
sex
not,
stories
like-
he's talking. He's like, I was having at this orgy. I was at this one in France and all. And
Some of the
he's-
stuff he comes out was awful, but I thought it was fun.
People that take him overly serious, I'm like, come on, he's all right.
Yeah.
We had a correction as well. Sorry, I meant to say.
Oh, go on ahead.
Someone wanted to correct you on your police conspiracy thing.
Oh.
They said that it's not true because it happened to their mate, a police rat. It was a friend of mine called Brad. Said that a police Land Rover pulled past one of our mates taking a piss, and even though they were going to the destination, they still stopped and booked him. So
Right,
I wanted
well,
to correct that conspiracy theory. So we
Someone
did.
confirmed what I said.
So we've got a fight in our hands.
But if that person did get done,
Yeah, well, maybe they just seen
Maybe they
him
were just
pissing.
going. Maybe they were going home. Maybe they weren't going to an actual job. Do you know what I mean?
They were going to stop a murder, and they were like, "Fuck! You know what I hate more than murder? Teenagers pissing in the street."
exactly.
Pull over.
All right, let me see what else have we got here. We've got one. When are we getting our Manscaped sponsorship? That's from Rizzo.
Never fuck them.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah, calm down, alright, calm down.
Manscaped, we love you, and we'll ditch him if you want to sponsor the pod.
Fuck that, no, yeah. Get Manscaped involved. Get everyone involved.
I'm too petty.
I want to get to the stage where this podcast is 60% ad reads.
Yeah.
And we're getting like $5,000 a month. We get time for one question.
Who would be the sponsor you'd like loved the most to have? Like, what would be like a class sponsor to have?
We had an obscure one in the first episode, football special, but I'd love like.
Oh, you have asked this before.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like just a personal favorite, like Guinness snob. I'd say Guinness or someone like this.
Look,
The
there's
Anderson,
nothing wrong with Guinness drink as long as you don't be a prick.
Someone asked as well, top three, our favourite films each.
Films? See, I'm not a film guy.
See, I'm not a massive film guy either, but I definitely do have favourites. Like,
Yeah.
So I'd say Shawshank Redemption's probably my number one.
That'll be up there for me as well, but you feel like a bitch saying that because it feels
it's
like
top of everything. Yeah,
it feels like it's the easy one to say.
Yeah.
Like
a horror film from the 60s called Rosemary's Baby, and that's on me trying to be a hipster. It is
You're
nice
so
film.
wanker.
So, yeah.
It's a lovely, great film. Not a lovely film, it's a horror film, like, but it's class. It or Trainspotting or Goodfellas would be my top three. But I send Rosemary's Baby, a film from 1966, makes me.
you probably
sound
wouldn't
like a
know
wanker.
it, guys.
Yeah. You probably have never heard of it, but
I can't think of any other movies now.
One of my one, like I go for a wanker one, Submarine.
yeah, it's a good film. Yeah.
You know it
Wes
from-
Anderson. Yeah. No, not Wes. Wes Anderson's. What do you call him? Oh fuck,
Richard
the boy
Ayoade.
Richard Ayoade from the
Yeah,
IT crowd.
yeah.
I've just made a dick of myself, Mr. Film, bro.
You're the first person I've ever said Submarine to, and they've known it.
And Alex Turner does the music for it.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's fantastic. I really like it.
Showing it.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Yeah,
brilliant.
no,
movie,
the soundtrack's lethal. Like,
it's fantastic.
stuck in a puzzle.
Pal Driver Waltz and all.
Yeah, it's
I
great.
like it.
Yeah. The Philistine over here.
Sorry, I'm just sitting on the side like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I'll make you a wee list, bro.
Can't think of any other movies that, like, I don't. Do you watch? Will you watch movies? Would you go to the cinema and stuff, loads, Pete? No.
Never, no. The last one, I went to the cinema on my own there to watch Jackass 4. I swear to God, I went for a meal on my own and then went to the cinema.
Pete's big day out.
Yeah, and I fucking loved it. I love my own
that's
company.
great.
Like, Jackass is a good one to go see on your own. Like,
Yeah, it
because
is.
like everyone in the audience is like laughing and having the crack. Like,
There are films I've gone to see by myself because I know like no one else wants to
who
see
wants
it.
to go see
yeah,
it?
yeah.
1960s horror movies.
That or like I went to see what was the film The Northman with my dad, and he was like, what the fuck was that? He's like, why did you take me to see that load of shit? It's a load of men running about screaming. I was like, alright.
I don't even know what that movie is.
No idea.
He goes, the best part about that was the selfie me and you took before, and I was like, that is a low fucking dick. I enjoyed
That's
that film.
cute.
That's low-key cute,
yeah.
isn't
Yeah.
it?
Pete's out here getting selfies with Paddy McDonald. You're getting selfies with your dad.
I get a selfie with myself in the cinema. So, yeah.
Everyone in the cinema, stand up and jump in my selfie.
Was this maybe? I think this is maybe the question you're on about, Kevin on Twitter.
Yes, this is a boy.
If you could have a night out on the town with anyone, dead or alive, who are you having a night out with?
One person.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just says one. I was thinking Gaza.
Who, Paul Gascoigne?
Yeah, that's a shout.
For a second I thought you said Gas, Jody Shore. I was about to be like, what?
Vicky, I fucking love you, like.
Howie, man, you're bloody lush.
Gonna
Like,
get fucking absolutely mortal.
you got a buddy and Lukey Brownie. Like,
Me, Scotty T, spot a couple worldies.
me and Pete spark up. We roll the big TV out, man. In the smoking area.
Yeah, in Gaza, just because he's being a fucking hater.
He's
Like, good
definitely getting
stories.
arrested as well.
Yeah.
Playing the flute, no?
But depends if a Land Rover's going past, they wouldn't be able to stop for us.
Fuck yeah, true that. Go ahead. My head's pickled.
My house pickled, but just recent one springs to mind, and as much as he does come across a bit of a cunt, Jackie Grealish seems to go on a mad one over the
yeah,
summertime. Like,
He seems dead on
over,
and off.
I'd
Like,
probably go to Vegas with Jack Grealish and fucking get a couple of
see
days.
the
Like,
photos of him, block, like.
yeah.
I love how everyone, like, the papers posted the photos of Jack Grealish steaming as if, like, oh, we got him, but all the comments are all, leave him alone.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
a legend. He just seems like a complete space cadet, but he's
Yeah.
like good crack.
Seems real stupid, but, like, in a lovable way.
Like when he couldn't pick at Birmingham on the map, he's like, where the fuck's Birmingham?
Do you ever see the clip when your woman's all, your manager has described you as having a encyclopedic knowledge of football? And he's all, you what?
Yeah, what's an encyclopedia?
Yeah. He's all, never heard of that.
Oh, see, when you're that rich, you don't need him. You
Yeah,
don't need a
fuck
brain.
I don't even know anything.
I would go with, just because I would bring him the 5 points and give him a guitar, Elvis. Like, get you up there and start playing that.
Jelvis.
Who needs Elvis when I've got Jelvis?
Jelvis,
But I'd bring Elvis and he'd be like, oh, where are we going, Ciaran? And I'd be like, we're going to 5 points here. And then bring in the king
Here,
and be
since
like,
that
play
Elvis
that.
movie has came out, Jelvis has been laying suspiciously low, I've seen.
Yeah, what the fuck? Maybe the film, I'm going to see it tomorrow. Maybe the
Maybe
film
the film really
paints
put
him.
him in his box.
Like, Elvis did get with a 14-year-old, so maybe the film came out and someone like stoned Elvis in the middle
He
of
is
the
a
street.
certified nonce, like Elvis. I don't. Sorry, Jelvis, to
Jelvis,
ruin
yeah.
your thing, but your hero was a paedophile.
I'd have Elvis before he made that decision, you know, like when he was early days Elvis, before he ventured into
When he had
non-
all the desires but none of the actions,
yeah,
obviously.
yeah. Before he entered nonsendom, I would have sound Elvis. You know, when he's releasing Jailhouse Rock and Hound Dog.
You could have like talked about
yeah.
it. It was like Ciaran was chatting up this banging 14-year-old like, hey.
Me, Elvis, in a bosom, I would be like, listen, lad.
Tom Cruise.
And Tom Cruise slapping his hands, going, yo! I would be like, Elvis, listen to Tom and me. We could form our own podcast. Podcast. So
We
yeah,
should come
Elvis.
back next week. You dress up as Tom Cruise, and I'll dress up as Elvis.
And just me in the middle.
This would be like a wet dream for you.
Ciaran just
It'd be,
major
oh, lads, stop it. I can't control myself. Be shaking like Elvis.
David Doherty Jeb with a question, more of a
statement.
body shaming than anything.
David, these kind of comments are hurtful and destructive.
After seeing Pete Giffen in shorts, I'm curious, is he in fact an adult man, or is he a 12-year-old who had a wish on a Zoltar machine?
I'm putting my legs away. I feel very self-conscious all of a sudden.
Yeah, the Crocs
Now,
are
David,
suddenly a bit.
It's 2022, and I didn't think I would be shamed for having such pale legs, but I watched that episode back from last week and I'm wearing shorts. I'm like, holy fuck, like I'm so pale.
Milk bottle legs.
You couldn't even see the hairs on my legs.
Poodle's face.
Yeah, I am like, my hairs are like naturally blonde, like, but I just look like I'd like shaved white legs.
Could you not dye them blue for the next podcast? We're bringing it back in a new way.
them.
You just turn into like Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, so I'm back to my black jeans now. Thanks for that, David. Prick.
See what you've done, David. You've fucking hurt our.
You've heard our Peter.
I know.
Yeah. To think we were going to have him on as first guest too. Huh?
I know.
Ruin it for yourself.
You're going to
dude.
be guest host.
Right, last one from me is from Hannah. If you had to have one song to wake you up every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
So wake me up when it's all over.
I did that before. I used to set ringtones as like actual songs that would, actual songs from the chart, and it was Swedish House Mafia, Don't You Worry Child, and at the start I was like, there was a time, and then words just pissed me off so much now, like, 'cause just associated with waking me up at 7 in the morning to go to school, like,
Don't you worry. Having an anxiety attack waking up. Like, don't you worry. Don't
it
you
starts
worry,
like,
child.
do, I could actually do like the whole song from memory, because it's just like, fuck off.
Do you want to do it for the
No.
I just think screamo music. It's a good thing to wake up to.
I wouldn't mind that go the not to go back to Tom Cruise and Mission Impossible theme
fuck's
song.
sake. Fuck's sake.
Knock it on the head.
Tom Cruise just going, hello Ciaran.
Well harsh. A genuine one, There She Goes by the Lads. It's one of my favourite songs.
Genuine one, yeah. I don't know, because There She Goes a real nice mellow tune, like.
Yeah, that's what I mean, like,
She's electric, maybe then.
you don't want anything too like harsh. Like, see my alarm on my phone, it's quite like
Mine's quite, mine's
soft
like, mine's a wee bit of river flow, and then the
Yeah.
birds come out, and then it's like, da-da-da-da. I'm like, this is nice.
Because I used to have like the obnoxious like but then like it does generally
does
set
put-
you up for
yeah.
a bad day, like.
Warning, ginger alert. Do you remember that?
Polyphonic ringtone.
Just warning, walking past the ginger kid in school. Warning.
You
In fact,
still
people
do
used,
it?
to pay, people used to pay like $9.99 a week for those back in the day.
We were talking about it yesterday. Like people used to like pay it on their app to walk about in the iPod and just go up to the
Yeah.
ginger kid and play it.
I got in so much trouble when Crazy Frog came out because I had a phone and I tried to get Crazy Frog ringtone and it was like £4, but I like set it up for it to be a weekly thing and my dad was all, what have you done? And I was all, I don't know, like
buying
Frog.
Fuck's sake.
Buying music videos on the Skybox.
Yeah. Oh, I
My
didn't have
nanny.
Sky, mate, growing up, like.
Well,
We were on the breadline, bro.
the preview.
Yeah.
CBBC. Where
We got
you
that preview and we're all, yes.
But a Tracy Baker in the morning.
Tracy Baker class.
Wigger,
Hard to debate.
Tracy Baker.
Yeah.
She's still on the go, I think, doing that show.
Danny
She-
Harmer?
Yeah.
Yes. Shane Todd was in it.
What?
Shut up.
He was in Danny's House, which is a spin-off of Tracy Baker.
Yeah, she's like
He
a
was?
council worker or something.
Yeah,
now.
Shane Todd's in there.
Fuck for
And he's
playing.
cutting about on a space hopper. Like bouncing about on it. Like.
One question we got, but this is too, not bland, but it's too wide a church. Most embarrassing story.
That's
like, I mean, there's-
That's tough.
Yeah. We got to
Come watch our set, you'll find a few embarrassing stories.
Yeah, come.
We're not giving that away for free, come on.
Come on down, Robert.
Have you any more Instagram ones, or we'll do a couple of quick fire ones because we need to get this wrapped up?
We check Instagram one last time and see
what there's anything.
Top 3 movies.
What time?
This is a bit of a dirty one, but
go for it.
Would Ciaran give? Oh no, it's me getting asked the question. Would Ciaran give Pete a blowjob for 50,000? Fuck. It depends if I'm an influential.
Is that from your mum? Question.
Louise, stop sending questions like that. You've been warned. It's from my mate Justin. Well, Justin,
it sounds like Justin would.
Justin, you currently live as a backpacker in Australia, so you definitely would.
Yeah.
But no,
I see all that backpacking in Australia.
It's not my cup of tea.
What's your thing?
Camping, I hate camping. Like, why would I want to be freezing in the field when I can be in a bed?
Not freezing. Australia be fucking roasting.
Well, it's just like bugs and all that there crap will get you.
Looking at Stendhal yesterday, and like everyone's like in their wellies and they have to go to the fucking tent at night and get up and walk across the field to take a shit. I'm kind of like, I'm going back to a lovely warm bed. You know, Egyptian cotton sheets, baby.
Cotton sheets, fuck me.
You're so Tory. Every single week just more
Not
and more.
That was a joke on the comedy podcast. I sleep with polystyrene sheets.
They're from Primark, I swear.
That's it. Have any more? Or we'll wrap it up.
Is that it? Because people were getting very aggressive last week, being like, "You don't answer my questions." I was like, "God, Jesus, lads."
I think we got through a brave amount there. What time are we on?
What are we on? Jeez, you're spoiled rotten. An hour and 4 minutes this week.
Jesus,
lovely 5 minutes of our time.
So we'll
see before we wrap up, because I just wanted to talk at something. Julia, someone asked there about like things you wake up to. You had a very good conversation one time about things you fall asleep to, noises. Do you fall asleep listening to things?
Well, like white noise and stuff. People
like
listen to.
people fall like noise. Have you listened to anything?
No, it would keep me awake. Like I'm quite a sensitive.
So you want to tell them about the weird ones I told you?
Well, I've got to break them in nice and easy with mine. And then go on to yours. So, like, I like listen to podcasts every night before I go to sleep, even though like sure bed and everything like that. I'll always have it download a nice wee podcast. Maybe even this podcast.
Yes.
Good idea for people
listening to your own voice going to sleep. Like,
no, definitely not.
If you're going to sleep now, wake up!
Fire!
Or if you need
warning, ginger alert.
If you need woken up in the morning, hello there.
You left the front door open.
There's a man downstairs right now in your house.
Quick behind you.
He's coming up the stairs. He's got a knife.
But yeah, so mine would be like podcasts and stuff like that, or just videos in general. But your ones are cracking me up.
So like the more normal one is like I go to bed like listening to like thunderstorms. So like listening to like rain noises and all.
That's normal. Yeah,
which is relatively normal. But the weird one is I go to bed listening to the sounds of war.
What? Well, like people screaming, "Mommy, mommy," with their legs blown off.
So specifically World War I and World War II war noises. So I like.
What the fuck? What means it? What fetish is this? It's not a fetish. War fetish. Like it'd be like, oh
so,
yes.
Like it's like the noises from the trenches, right? And you get on YouTube, it's like 8 hours long, and it's like the noise of like explosions, like gunfire and like fire.
I know your dreams, like as soon as you knock off, you're suddenly in the trench, like move.
When we were in the car, I was all. I've been having sort of weird dreams recently. And Sean was all probably something to do with listening to war music, and I was like, oh yeah. I love it though.
Like people like talking about, I've just had my leg blown off, man, and you're like, oh,
it's not like people screaming. It's just like explosions and like shooting in the background, because like it makes you feel like.
Do you get all snuggly in?
You're like, oh, at least I'm not there.
Yeah, at least
you're saying to me, you're like, it's like me being in my own wee bunker. Yeah, safe from all. I was like, that's class.
I feel like I'm in a wee trench and all. I'm like, oh fuck.
Tonight I might try that, and then
I'm telling you, everyone try it. Don't knock until you try it. It is cozy.
Unless you're a war vet, don't try it. Don't try that.
That you are listening to Sounds of the Iraq War. But yes, here is a bomb being dropped on Felicia.
Give it a go. So before we wrap up, Room 101, we'll put the
poll on Twitter.
We'll put the poll up, and then the guilty pleasures as well, and he's gonna vote for it. And then the next episode we'll.
Do we have a Twitter account for the thing?
We don't.
But we have
an Instagram. We have an Instagram. There'll probably be an Instagram. Go over to
Instagram for now. Yeah, because we have a few followers on it.
He's all got swindled the other day. We're on 97 followers. Like, we just need 3 people to follow, so we got up to 130.
So our wee podcast on Instagram.
Check it out, folks.
Yeah, check it out. And gigs on up this week that you can catch everybody. So I'm in Pugs in Dublin. If anyone's in Dublin for some weird reason.
Derry up in Brickworks. If anyone's up in Derry, boy.
I am in County Louth in Dundalk.
Jesus, they'll be flocking.
Oh my! Now we're Dundalk.
Down to the boozy guy, you bitch.
The block moose.
Thanks everyone for listening. So far, so good with the podcast. I've been blown away with the response so far. The views have been cracking in.
Thanks very much. Episode 4.
Make sure you like tell your friends. Actually, we always ask for shares and stuff like that, and you don't do it. So just tell your mates and be nice.
Spread the love. Get it shared. Make us viral.
Follow us on Instagram. Thank you very much.
Yeah,
all good stuff.
See you all again in the next one. Pleasure, lads.
But as always,
good luck.